My name's Jacob Butler. I'm a firefighter EMT here at West Metro Fire Rescue. I've been working for about 2 years now and loving every minute of it. I went to CSU and studied health and exercise science. During that time, I lifeguarded, and as I was lifeguarding, I kind of wanted to know more. So one of my summer breaks, I decided to take an EMT program. And during the EMT program, they did a lot of stuff talking about fire services. And I really decided that that was something I was interested in. What have you checked, sir? So this shift, I'm assigned to Medic 2. It's one of the 2 medics that we have here at Station 3. So we have 2 bags that we bring on most of our calls, or on some of our calls. This first bag is our first in kit, so we want to make sure that we have our blood pressure cuff, our stethoscope, our pulse ox. This bag has our blood glucose machine, so making sure that it has enough Band-Aids, as well as alcohol prep pads, enough of our strips, that it has battery. Now we have lancets. Should have 1 atropine in here, as well as a neosinephrine. We also have 4x4 tubs. And lastly, want to make sure that we have our drug bin and that none of these are expired. So in this compartment, we have our IO drill. Essentially, the point of this is that we can go ahead and drill into the bone or into the bone marrow and make sure we can get IV access on a person that doesn't have veins. It's super useful in cardiac arrests, and it can be used on diabetic patients as well. On this side, we have the rest of our IV stuff. Just comes in a little bag, so we want to make sure we have that bag. We want to make sure we have a regular normal saline bag, as well as some sugar. And just a couple more administration sets. We try to make sure that we do these morning checks right off the bat. There's nothing worse than being caught without the gear that you need, so just verifying that we have everything is super important every morning. We typically run with our engine. 7. Sounds good. So this is a breathing problem. The patient believes they might have COVID or are having some difficulty breathing. It sounds like they're having some dyspnea, so some trouble speaking between words. So we're gonna make sure we throw on our mask just so we try to stay nice and protected. And we'll go see what's going on.
We're gonna get you on some more oxygen, get you an inhaling treatment moving here, okay?
Yeah, that's the thing I take.
Do you have any chest pain at all?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna be going to paramedic school here in January. So right now, what's important for me is making sure that I'm learning how to be hands-on with patients and ask the questions that need to be asked. So on a typical call, I'll start by taking vitals and make sure that all the stuff that the paramedic needs to know is getting figured out and assessed.
600.
And then once we finally get the patient into the ambulance and we're ready to transport, typically my role is to start driving. So this patient is dealing with some pretty significant difficulty breathing. It looks like, yeah, he definitely needs to go over to the hospital and get evaluated and see if they can kind of fix some of that breathing issues. And we're going to be taking him emergent over to St. Anthony's Hospital. 41, did you copy that, Mark? Drive-in emergent's perhaps one of the most important things that we do and one of the most dangerous things that we do. A lot of care has to be given when you're driving emergents because the cars don't know what we're doing. We don't know what the cars are doing, and oftentimes they're just not getting out of our way. So you definitely want to make sure that they're seeing you and hearing you before you try to pass around them. when we're driving emergent, especially with my medic in the back and a patient back here, their lives are kind of in our hands, and it's super important that we're diligent in our driving. I really like riding on the ambulance. It's cool to be able to go to the hospital and see the continuation of care that happens right when you get to the hospital. I find it to be super interesting. There's so much complexity in the day-to-day life of what actually happens in medicine. That's really interesting, as well as when I do get to attend on calls, talking to the patient and spending that a little bit of extra time with them, I find very interesting. So I chose to do this job because I wanted to help, and I wanted a job that helps me get out with the community and be able to help and really bring everybody together. So I thought the fire service would be a great way for me to do that. I also don't do well in office jobs, and I like the idea of coming into work and you don't really know what you're getting into when you step on the rig in the morning. It's super exciting just to be able to show up and see where the day takes you and what's going to happen.
Fire department.
It can be challenging. Some days are way more challenging than others, but it's nice because once you learn a new challenge or once you work through that problem, there's going to be another one and there's going to be another one. And it's cool that you have challenges on a daily basis to keep you active and keep your mind working. Since I got on, some of the stuff is exactly how I expect it to be, but what I've found is, especially being at the 3 house for a little bit longer now, is how much of a family environment that working at the fire department has. And it's something that I just never thought I would experience in a job. Like, it really is nice sitting down at the kitchen table and chatting with everybody after a difficult call and making meals together, and that whole aspect of things has been really good. I feel like there's stuff in my life that has led me to this job, and I definitely feel like this is the job that I'm made to do, but I don't know if I was originally made for it. I think the experiences of my life have slowly brought me towards the fire service, and that this is the place that I'm meant to be.